cool. We are jumping to another dead play here on the Concord Illuminati. My name is Molly, and this is now the Three Blondes, One D&D podcast. Congratulations, everyone. We've reached our Three Blonde People era. People didn't think we could do it. We had a lot of doubters from the beginning. But here we are.
Maybe soon will be four.
Oh,
no spoilers.
Hold on. Wait. Will we count strawberries as blondes? Do they count?
We're making up the rules here.
Yeah, true.
Stop blonde in the name, Molly.
Speaking of, we may know who's going to be joining us for season 4. We may already know, but it's a secret. There's so many secrets. This is a city of secrets. My name is Molly. I go by Molly Hits Different here on the internet. You can see my logo right down there. And I will be your GM for tonight. I'm going to throw it over to my friend who plays the halfling from the city of Morse.
Hello, I am Scarlett. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Bay. Their pronouns are they, them.
I'm Adora. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Celestina, who also uses she, her pronouns.
The wheel never fails. It turns, and it turns, and it turns, and it turns. The tides drag granules of sand, and the sun shines brightly upon them. Those that shine so brightly fade just as quick. Staring down at an arcane presence yet unknown, the wheels of fate decided Kendall Visalen took his final spin. As the magical runes in the dank cavern room hit a fever pitch, the creature shakes their head, clucks sucking their teeth. They reach into a bag and smash a crystal on the floor. The grating noise as this creature's head rotates back and forth echoes out. Kill the others. He's not ready yet. On the other side of this wall, Celestina hacks furiously. In her mind, Kendall is all alone in there with Cranouche, whatever Cranouche is. And for Bayou, this disorienting hall of incongruous sensations, and watching a new friend slip into a sealed room with a being of such power has just a knot welled up in Bayou's stomach. And so where we will start here is as Celestina is hacking through the wall. We will start with the roll of initiative.
I like to think that you can very clearly see Celestina like screaming, and obviously it doesn't make any noise, so it's just like silent, like unhinged yelling.
What are you mouthing?
No, she's just like because she's beating at the wall frantically. So
that's true. All right, so we have...
Okay. Dirty 20.
And that's, you have a flat dexterity?
What?
It's 20. Okay, got it. I understand what's
30, 20. Yeah, sorry. No, it's okay.
My brain just I'm just like way out of like D&D mode. I've been in like way other modes for a minute here. All right, we are doing this. Yeah. We are rolling initiative for you.
I guess I don't remember who has sense danger and who doesn't, but I do. So I have an 8 for initiative.
And Bayou has a hot... Well, that works out. So we have top of the order is Bayou on this far side of the wall here. You are the wall in front of you is still holding fast. It seems that Celestrina is about 3/4 of the way through. What would you like to do?
Oh yeah, do I remember that like at one point Bio was like, I don't know, I don't have anything to do. And we were like, I guess I cast like bless or something, or did I make that up?
That strikes me as a Kendall item.
Kendall. Okay, got it.
You feel bless fade from you.
That's especially good.
Okay, so I'm in pain, right? Like I have a splitting headache.
It's down to a dull roar. You're able to focus. You're cogent.
A throbbing situation. Can we see, like, are there cracks or anything?
The Concord Illuminati. A throbbing situation. For your consideration, Tabletops RPG Arts Funds. I know this is going to come out after you consider us, but hopefully you don't regret it.
Wait, who is blind?
I
thought Bayou was blind and I couldn't speak and Kendall couldn't hear.
Oh.
So Bayou, you are blind, that's true.
Okay, so I definitely can't see through any cracks.
And I can't talk, so we're really
that's not the best. That's not the best thing.
I think that probably we can communicate via Josephine, but we can figure that out later.
Through the power of the turtle, all things are possible.
Okay, so I'm sorry, as I am having a strange case of amnesia about what happened last session. When did I see, do I know there's a wall? Like, obviously I know there's a wall here, but I mean, like, at what point was I blinded?
You were blinded a while back.
Because we all had to take one of us had to be blind so we could get through the dark passageway, and one of us had to not be able to hear, and one of us had to not be able to speak.
Okay.
And you can hear Celestrina screaming and slamming her weapon into a wall.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me screaming, but you can hear me slamming.
Yep.
So, like, this is my question, like, realistically, does Faye have any idea what's happening right now?
Make an insight check.
Okay. That is gonna be 22.
You probably heard like Kendall and Kernish through the wall to some degree also.
Yeah, so you heard the wall come up. Okay. You heard the wall go kind of erect in front of you. You also heard Kendall muttering under his breath to step through the shadow realm into the next room. And that would have been the last thing that you heard is Kendall whispering, and you haven't heard anything from Kendall since.
How long has it been?
It's been 5 or 10 minutes that you've been blind. Since Kendall stepped away.
Yeah.
2 or 3 seconds, but you also did just feel a magic Kendall was holding on you fade.
Okay.
Which you know is a sign of trouble.
All right. I am going to grab Celestrina and pull her back with me down this hallway a good ways, and then I am just going to cast Fireball at this wall. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. When I see you like start to chant, I recognize Fireball, and I take your arm and I point you in the right direction.
Thank you. And we'll be back. Like it has a good range, so we'll be back. We'll be back quite a ways.
I don't know if fire is going to do anything against a wall, but I support you.
For a third level spell slot, yeah, you're gonna blow that sucker to smithereens. No problem. So you see, Bayou walks up. All 3 feet of Bayou walks up to Celestrina, and Celestrina sees this cackling, this small dollop of incendiary of like pine tar that is resting in Bayou's hand. And she's seen this once before when someone else was trying to get the jump on them. And she sees the water flasks start to come out. Celestina grabs Bayou,
Yeah.
tilts Bayou in the direction of the door, and as Bayou flicks the water onto the pine tar and goes, "Ha!"
Tiny, adorable,
Celestrina
powerful water
aims the
pistol.
like Bayou flamethrower right at the like weak spot in the wall. By the way, Bayou can also speak, so you can like say stuff to me. That is allowed. I can hear
Yeah.
you.
I'll probably explain. I'll be like, "Come with me," and then I'm just running down the hallway.
I love it. So the Bayou flamethrower releases the wall, and you see as the air, because this massive conflagration goes a little bit further down the hallway than you'd expect as it starts to eat up the very limited oxygen that you have in the space, and you feel the suction pulling you in towards it, and you're able to stand pat as you look at the walls all around you are very well scorched. And you also see the effects of the puzzle fall from you. And so
cool.
your sight and your ability to speak are restored. And you hear 3 sets of footsteps coming down the hallway at you.
From where?
From in front of you.
From the wall.
We are on the map now, from the wall.
Oh.
Confirm to me that you can see.
I am in the way in the. We're over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see.
Great.
Is that the wall?
That is the wall in front of you. Yep. But it has just been blown down, so I will move you back to a safe distance, which is about there.
And we hear footsteps coming towards us from the direction of where the other side of the wall was, or from behind us? Sorry.
From the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, just describe the footsteps. Are they running?
Yeah. I would describe them as haul-assing.
Okay, cool.
Remember, you have a bonus action left.
I know, but okay. I will go ahead and I think I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay, cool. So, the first face that you see clear the corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I can cast spells again. That's great.
is a ash white Kenku Corvum. This 5 foot tall crow creature with blood red eyes and a glinting moonstone engraved into the side of its corvidae head. It comes around the corner and you see its spear. It has this jagged spear with a giantish rune carved into the head of it, and it hauls back and releases its first shot at Bayou.
Okay, I will use. Wait, is protection fighting style melee only?
That is if
no, it is not.
That a read.
It is
you
not.
Want to impose disadvantage?
Yes, please.
Cool beans, you got it. Let me get that up here. Okay, I need to get this. So, we are here. You are going to. We're throwing the rune spear. Ooh. And this stat block brought to you by Toma Beast 2023. Thank you so much, Kobold Press. Love you. Does a 17 hit you? I'm assuming 17 hits.
Well, you got the character sheet in front of you. I don't.
I do. A 17 does not hit, apparently.
Wow. That's clerics, I guess.
Clerics do have medium armor. So this jagged obsidian spear radiates with a bright light, and as this creature hauls back and looses it across this narrow cavern, you see it bury itself in the ground as a small tuft of fire springs from the bottle of holy water in Bayou's hand and knocks it to the side. The spear flashes and returns to the Kenku's hand. Next up.
Oh yeah, maybe my shield is like shiny and weird, and it like got glinted in their eye, and then they didn't have like a good.
Ooh.
That can be the flavor of the fighting style.
I like that. So just gave it a good reflection that the tuft of fire caught it just enough light, and he aimed it down the hallway.
Yeah, from the fire. Exactly.
Yeah. The next one that comes down, it appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Appears to be it is definitely was once the body of a giant kid, and now this kind of decrepit flesh that is all that the decrepit gray flesh has a series of pumps resting along the outside of it, moving untold amounts of Icarus fluid through its system. Tubing seems to be erupting from musculature at different intervals on this former giantkin's body as it rushes forward. It's seemingly a creature made out of just meat. And then we have next up here. Let's see how far we can move. Not that far. So we will just slide forward here. They have seen you throw fireballs, so they're not going to be that dumb. Still quite dumb, but not that dumb. And you see kind of barreling around the corner this a third creature, a gnome, no more than 2.5 feet tall, bright purple hair kind of cascading down in an electric purple. And you see bright purple eyes with another moonstone inset in its skull, and it kind of reels back, and you see it gesturing with an arcane focus, and as it does, it whips around and will force a wisdom save on you.
Is that a 3rd or higher level spell?
It is yes. It is.
Okay.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I used my reaction already, so it doesn't matter.
Cool.
I was this close to getting to use my ability.
Cool. I mean, you have used it.
Well, I've used it to good effect, but not to like stop a spell from happening.
So far, it's true.
Wisdom?
Yep.
Hmm. 17.
All right, yeah. You start to feel the world spit around you, as though you've had just one too many to drink, and as it does, it whirls and whirls and whirls. But you're able to realize, I'm not poisoned. This is just enchantment magic, and you're able to ground yourself in the current moment. You press all 4 corners of your feet into garage wheel beneath you, and you steady your gaze on a fixed point on the wall, ridding yourself of this magic. Next up is Celestrina.
Okay. Sorry, I need to see what the range of my mark is. That seems like a good thing to do next. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's take a second.
Let's take a second. Let's talk.
Because as far as we know, like Kendall's back there, like still fighting maybe, or like captured. So like in character, are we just kind of like hanging out with these folks, or are we just like trying to like get past them and see if Kendall needs to be saved or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, That's what I'm thinking about right now.
You got 6 seconds to make that. You got 6 in-game seconds to have that conversation.
Well, I'm having the conversation out of character. You know, just between, you know, what would our characters think in that situation is all.
What do you think, Scarlett?
Yeah, Bay's probably gonna be looking, like, feeling the spell that Kendall had up on them drop was probably a pretty good indicator for Bay that something was wrong, and Bay's trying to get in there.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I guess I could send Josephine past to go, like, take a look around while we, like, try not to, like, die against these ones. Okay. So that might be the solution here. Let's see, grasping form.
So you
this happened last time too. I'm so bad at this.
The turtle,
30 feet.
This turtle with beautiful, resplendent wings flutters forward over the heads of these creatures and into the next room.
Yes, and I am not going to see through Josephine's eyes, but we can communicate. So I guess Josephine can maybe report back that there's a pile of ash.
Everything is exploding on my computer right now, and I cannot. Sorry.
Was that you? I thought that was Adora's
phone.
phone.
Explain to you what just happened.
Okay.
My computer just, like, shit the bed. And it's having a moment, and it keeps trying to open Apple Music for some reason. I don't know why.
That's great.
Okay, sorry.
Dear Tabletop Art Fund, number one reason why we need your $7,500, your lovely and generous grant. 1, to buy Scarlett a new computer. 2, to buy Adora a new computer. 3, to buy me a new fucking everything. All right.
What I need is a mic, because my mic cable keeps falling out.
What was that? What was the hand motion there?
It falls out. It's like, see, like it comes out of the back like this.
Yeah, it falls out. I get it. 100%. I get it, Adora.
Okay, well, Celestine is having a lot of complicated emotions, given the knowledge that, like, Kendall seems vaguely gone. You know, pile of ash style.
At least imperiled. You don't know pile of ash.
I was thinking that if Josephine goes past... okay, so maybe Josephine hasn't seen the pile of ash yet.
Sure.
Okay, so for now, at least we can take care of these while Josephine scouts. So let's just do that. Why not? Let's go over here. And I'm going to Grasping Shadows... From, like, here, I'll pull the closest one towards me.
Okay.
5 feet, and it's marked by my mark, and then I will duck behind this corner.
Okay, cool.
And I will cast Mirror Image, and that's my turn.
All right, and so you see, Celestrina divides herself into 4. Her forms spreading across the hallway, making her own illusory wall. Bio, you're on deck, or you're up next. And as this illusory wall spreads across the aisle here, a grip of, or a shadowy hand made of tendrils of shadowy butterflies wrap itself around this creature as Celestrina and all the copies collapse back into one for a moment, and she slips behind out of view.
And the two caterpillars climb along the ceiling to hide behind the other corner and ready their string shot attacks.
All right, let me get 2 caterpillars on the board here.
Okay. I wonder if I can... Okay, cool.
You should be able to move them now.
See, this is what I need to commission art of the caterpillars.
Hey, you know what? If you want to predict what your caterpillar is going to look like in 6 months, this is a good way to do it. Hit up Pikachu. All right, so next up, Bay, you see a couple caterpillars coming up. Celestrina split herself into 4 again, as she's wont to do.
I'll say to you, like, I don't see Kendall yet. I'm I sent Josephine down to scout. For now, we may have to deal with these.
And in front of you, you see like a lumbering corpse of a once giant kin with a number of Bayou would recognize these as like they have seen this once before on the Daragarak ship, where there was kind of like this a flesh construct animated with this kind of oily, petrochemically smelling ichor, and you will recognize it as that same technology, and it's a giantkin. You see an ash gray kenku with bright red eyes and a mean spear that tried to get you on the first shot. And then you see behind them a purple electric haired gnome who tried to who seemed to dissteady Celestrina for but a moment.
Okay. I am going to so I see Kendall's remains.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to.
Celestrina's kind of like.
Celestrina's kind of like what?
Oh, because she's hiding behind the corner, and so she's kind of like.
Oh, okay.
But you can do stuff first, but just
all four of Celestrina is going like
she doesn't want you to like go like wade into combat alone is the point.
Bay's gonna like come over here to the corner where Celestrina is. And can I what?
No. Please
can I shoot past her to this guy?
You can shoot before you move, but I'm hiding like around the corner, so I don't have line of sight.
I can't. I have very limited
Who do you want
vision.
to shoot? Who do you want to shoot?
You're not blind anymore.
No, I know. We have this problem every time. I just.
You have a light on, remember?
Can you illuminate me, Molly? Do I have a light right now? I did have a coin with light on it in my pocket.
I see that you are lit. I am looking at your eyes, and I can see three NPCs down the hall.
Oh, so it's just me. Okay.
Closest to you, there is the Abomination. Middle distance is the Kenku Striker, and the far distance is the Gnome Attacker.
Okay, I will shoot at the Kenku. The Kenku Striker is the one that
tried to hit you.
Try to hit me? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use Toll the Dead. So that's a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. So with a flick of the wrist, a crashing bell rings out from Bayou. Give me some damage. This will be D8s because it's not yet been damaged.
Okay.
The first time Toll the Dead hasn't done D12s in one of my campaigns. I've never had this happen. I remember this. I remember the rule, and I remember this spell so well.
I even had Toll the Dead before.
10. So I'm sorry, 12. I can count. 12.
You're doing great. And this is at the striker?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you see the Kenku, you flick this vial of water, and to only the Kenku, he doubles over in this as this ear-splitting roar comes across him, and you see a few of his feathers fall out and topple to the ground, and then you tuck yourself into the kind of the corner with Celestrina.
Yep.
Okay, great. You do that. Next, anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right, wicked. So next up here, we have the Kenku kind of grabbing his head, seeing that you all dipped around the corner. The Kenku will. All right, we're gonna do that. So the Kenku warrior will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what we're at? All right, cool. We get line of sight. Great. And then I guess first spear is gonna go into Celstrina. And that'll be a 19 to hit.
That misses.
Yep.
You see it like hit in a way that it feels like should hit, but the like ethereal, mercurial nature of my cool armor like kind of just makes it like slip in a weird way, and then just kind of slides off me as though there's like somehow no friction on my armor for some reason.
And so as this happens, this vacuum like thing, you see the this creature start to beat a set of ethereal wings that rips out and that matches the blood red color of its eyes as they rip out from behind its back, and you see a whirlwind start to form around it. Next up is my abomination, who you hear will come down the way here, and then
okay,
and
so
we'll move over and give you a bonk.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so none of these folks have to come within. I figured that the caterpillars would be like within range to do their attack of people who come all the way through, maybe on the ceiling or something.
Okay, I'll give you. I'll make one attack. So make an attack on the make an attack on the dude.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that the Kenku did not come in range. Okay, that's like a 12.
That'll miss.
Great.
All right, cool. I have just been showing people the stat block for the Kenku, so that's a treat for y'all. I meant to be showing you the battlefield this whole time. Whoops. And now I'm not even on the right thing. So we're going to go over to the battlefield now.
Yay.
We're doing really well. I'm doing great.
So it's a team. Collectively, we're doing great.
We're just thriving. So this abomination, this giant kin with this horrible smelling ichor moving through its veins, leaking onto the ground all around you. You see, some reason, the armor that Celstrina is wearing and the coloration on that, and the weird pools of that this is forming on the ground have a similar color pattern. It's very strange, very odd.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
So we have an 18 on the first that I know that'll miss, and then a 14 and then a 12 on the next one, which I know will miss. And then as a bonus action, they're going to cause a if you hear this creature does a horrible guttural roar. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I rolled to see if I lose mirror image duplicates, because they usually they get lost if it doesn't matter if they miss, I guess, right? Because they would just miss the duplicate. Is that how that works?
No,
it's gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I lose both of them. I've lost 2 out of 4 or 2 out of 3.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Both of us roll a wisdom, or just
me?
Both of you are gonna roll wisdom save.
Not just me.
Yep.
13.
13, me to beat it.
And 19.
All right. So where Kendall could not beat a saving throw, this team cannot fail one. The gnome slides forward into the room.
Oh, wait, is this from the gnomes thing?
No.
Okay.
No. And the gnome runs forward with a flash of these electric eyes. They look over at you and will will force another wisdom save from Celstrina.
Okay, here now I have saved my reaction. So if this is less than 3rd level, then I'm going to use Spell Thief.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ooh.
should I tell what it does?
Sure.
Okay, so Spell Thief is from UAH. And who makes UAH, Molly?
That is by Benjamin Hoffman of Sterling Vermin and Ross Leiser of Outlandish Adventure Productions.
This is the Great Trickster Warlock Patron. And what it does is I can spend one of my spell slots as a reaction to steal whatever spell somebody casts that's low enough level that I could cast it. So what it does is it just cancels the spell outright, and then I can cast it. I get it in my vault. I can use my spell slots, which I don't have any more of, to cast it, but I also get 1 free vault spell per day. So what spell is it?
It is Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Cool. So I have stopped it. I have stole your spell. I don't know. I don't have like a cool.
You gotta improv it.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
Rules.
So yeah. What's the let's say for Tasha's Hideous Laughter, you have to do some kind of like specific like laughter related, I don't know, like motion or something like that.
Yeah, you see the goblin, the gnome as it runs down the hall will pull out a fake like one of those headbands where the arrow goes through, and will look at you and go tap tap with the arrow headband that looks like it's got an arrow going through its head.
So you see some vague magic energy like heading in my direction, and it seems like it's going to hit me, but then it gets like absorbed into my armor, like instead of hitting me or whatever. And then the armor it's like a pink energy, and it like hits the armor, and it turns from like a bluish purple oil slick to like a pinkish purple oil slick. And I start like glowing a little bit more, and just like I look up at them and like start like laughing a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, cool, it worked." And I go, and then stop laughing and just stare at them, and they go,
And Koshid looks at you. You feel Koshid's presence in the back of your mind, and Don is just like. Next up is Celstrina.
Oh, great. Okay.
She's without spell slots, but what she's got a lot of is cantrips.
And I'm assuming that was being cast as a 1st level spell, and that if I use the spell vault, it would also be the 1st level spell. I think so. Or it might be the level of my spell slots, actually. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I am going to,
I don't. Tell me.
Well, first thing that happens is Josephine goes further to scout.
Josephine sees Kendall's necklace lying on the floor.
Okay. Well, that's definitely concerning, and I reported back to Bayou, but we're kind of in it with these folks now. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
so
not the time.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm just.
I won't share this with you, but I am thinking it.
So we'll share it with you, dear audience.
I'm going over here. Okay, I'm assuming I have to go like around. I'm gonna go over here. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna go in here, right there, and so that will provoke, I guess, from the guy.
That'll miss.
It does miss me, not the image. So that's great. And I'm gonna go over here with these two, and poof, open up my dark sphere of darkness, and have Bayou just be like fighting the big guy on their own. This seems like a good matchup situation. Like these ranged folks, they can't leave here. I don't know. I'm chilling. It's 2v2. If you think about it, it's 2v2 because I'm mirror imaged. I still have one more mirror image. So
It's great.
And both caterpillars are going to go over to this guy and spit string shot at them.
All right. Make your
maybe go over here. What is the plus for the attack? Is it 4?
It is in the
13
sheet, I think.
First attack is 13, second is 12. Yeah. That is the case unless they get advantage. But I guess they're not.
They shouldn't, no.
Yeah, because they're like little guys.
No, they will both miss.
Okay, they both miss. That's my turn.
Yep. They're just little guys.
Josephine, maybe Josephine comes back now to help.
All right. Top of the order by you. So we have had 12 seconds of no one being effective except for a small bell ringing out of Bayou's pocket.
Hey,
Bayou, your friend runs around this massive colossus of flesh that just tried to crush her into the ground and disappears into a bubble of darkness with a small gnomish caster and a skirmisher. You're up. What do you do?
Okay, bye.
This is how it's supposed to be. This is the first time I've ever done this. This is literally the whole point. This is how you're supposed to tank as the Shadow Warden. Is you just make it so they can't even attack you. I mean, I make it so that the enemy can't attack my allies. Is the whole idea. They can't even see you. And all they have is me. That's tanking. That's tanking, folks.
I'm gonna scoot on over here. I'll take the long way around so as not to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Just remember, that's tanking, folks.
Oh no, I didn't like that at all.
All right.
I didn't like it. Okay, I am going to use my last...
Your judgment.
I am going to use Vicious Mockery in real life. No, I'm going to use my last Channel Divinity to...
All right, wicked.
You do Radiance of the Dawn.
Cool. Tell me more.
So, as an action, you present your holy symbol, and any magical darkness that's within 30 feet with you is dispelled. Sorry, Celestrina. But any hostile creature within you has to make a con saving throw.
Okay. The only person that saves is Clar. Is the abomination. The rest of them fail.
Okay. So everyone who fails takes 16, and then half for anyone who succeeded.
What? So you see, I think this might be is this the first time that you have,
No, I think I've used
this?
Before.
Okay.
No, I've used it before.
So pulling out this vial of water, lifting it up, and as it opens, letting a small amount of water arc out, it erupts into this blinding light that envelops the cavern for a time, and you see all of the
I'm imagining
recoil.
Big Sailor Moon energy, it's almost like a ribbon dancing kind of situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it like
ribbon dancing? Too soon.
It dispels the darkness, and Celestine, it looks like.
Sorry.
This is my home. Anything you'd like to do as the bonus action?
No, that's it.
All right, cool. Next up is our Raven folk friend, our Kenku friend. The gnome is looking pretty bad. So the Kenku will step forward and will start thrusting its spear at you. Celestrina, the first one will miss. I think I'm retiring that die because it has been rolling poop tonight. It rolled 120, and the rest of it has been poo-poo. All right, and that is a 20. That might be the first thing that hits you tonight. That
Yes, that hit. I rolled too low to use my final mirror image.
Wicked.
6 or higher, 8 or higher. I haven't been doing the math that correctly, but I think it's close enough to like fair numbers so far, and I'll just do this fairly. Oh, because it's 50-50. It's fine. It's fine how it is.
50-50. So this creature, its eyes glow red, and it starts to leak out. And as you are entering into its space for the first time, you are actually forced to make a dexterity save as it starts its turn beside you.
15.
Cool. So you feel this tremendous spiritual wind around you, pouring through the crevices of the area. Your hair remains still, but you can feel this wind as the breeze tries to cut across your eyes and leave you blinded. It will dance. It will make one attack on you, and that'll be it'll be 8 piercing as the spear drives through your armor into your chest, and then another 8 radiant damage another 5 radiant damage as the spear kind of drills even deeper as this thick red magic pours into your wound. Next up is Clar.
13 total?
Yes, 13.
For what it's worth, as far as you rolling badly, people are supposed to not be able to hit me with stuff because I have a shield and heavy armor. I did that on purpose.
That's the thing. That is the whole thing. That's
was one of the things.
All right, so Clara is going to shuffle over, and will have to take an opportunity attack from one of the little dudes.
14.
That'll miss. First attack is the nat 1 on Bayou. So you see this. Clara tries to reach down and bite you. This kind of huge giantkin maw with these kind of strange cobbling of teeth that clearly none of them are giantkin, but none of them are other humanoids either. It seems like beast teeth have been shoved into this creature's jaw. Ooh. And the second one, the maul that hangs around its waist, comes crashing down on top of you, or the cudgel. That'll be an 18 hit. I think that does hit.
I am going
with minus a d4.
Minus the d4. So yeah, that'll miss.
Yeah, the butterflies did it.
Woo! And you see, as this creature kind of reaches down, gnashing, it gets a mouthful of shadowy butterfly, spittering and sputtering. It coughs and stumbles backwards, swinging its club, trying to knock the butterflies out of its mouth, just going over the head of Bayou. Next up is
really quick. I had been planning to do Rebuke of the Talisman, but I forgot. Once I got hit, it shouldn't retcon anything, but if you don't want to do it, that's okay too. It just like does a little damage and pushes when I get hit, I can use my reaction to do damage and push them away.
It's no longer on you. It's not on Celstrina anymore. It's not on Josephine anymore. It's on you.
Yes, yeah. I remember I said that I go get the talisman, and I was like, "What talisman?" I'm like, "Just my normal talisman.
Just my necklace. Just the regular necklace.
My normal guy.
Just my regular guy."
Okay, take it back from Josephine.
Give me a Constitution saving throw as you feel your bones start to turn to glass.
Oh wait, what? Okay. Does the thing happen with the rebuke?
It's not an attack.
No, but when the attack hit me, I was planning to use it, but I just forgot to say it at that time.
Okay, you want to throw some damage on it?
Yeah, it's not a lot of damage. Mostly they get like pushed into the wall, and I think that's cool.
Cool. So as this node of crimson magic buries itself in your skin, scorching the flesh beneath, this smell, you look up and the necklace around your neck glows, and it radiates out this horrendous force damage as a handful of butterflies comes out of your necklace and crushes this creature up against the wall. Roll me damage.
It's just 3 psychic damage unless there's damage from the wall.
Great. I don't have any predetermined wall damage, so we're going to assume no wall damage.
Sure. Yeah, it just pushes 10 feet and does psychic damage equal to my initiative bonus, which is, I don't think this is homebrew content, so I won't necessarily explain it, but it's just Rebuke of the Talisman, which is an eldritch invocation that does that when I'm wearing my good old talisman. And I like to think that the like pink glow from like stealing the spell dissipates at this time. Like it's kind of as part of that like explosion of energy that like they hit me, the red energy like goes through my like blue energy, and then the pinkness like explodes back, and they whoa against the wall and like fall to the ground like with like stars around their head or whatever.
Hell yeah, Tweety Bird floating around. Give me a Constitution saving throw,
22.
Trina. Yeah. So that'll pass. So you see this caster has not been able to get a thing over on you. Celstrina, you're up. You are locked in combat. This Kenku has just been thrown up against the wall. The gnome has been trying and failing to get its friends. Oh, actually, you know what? That's actually what I'm gonna do here. Yes, as they are also going to say, "Hey, idiot, get over here!" And you'll see the abomination close with Celstrina.
Oh,
as it expends its reaction to close with you.
all right.
Next up is Celstrina.
All right. Well, at this point, I think that Josephine returns triumphantly to distract this gnome while I attack it with Booming Blade. And hit with like a 26-ish on the die.
And you'll hear it yell, "Hey, mind taking this for me?" And the attack is redirected to the abomination.
What?
As the gnome kind of slides between the legs of the abomination, and your attack finds purchase on the meaty haunch of Claw.
You would think for somebody whose damage is basically all D8s that I would have a D8.
You know what? But
this is
actually, you know what? Zig, when people zag, the dice you use most often are the ones that you never have. Because you roll them and then they go onto the floor, and then good luck. I have so many D12.
Situation.
I mean, I have my like full container of dice around here somewhere. This is just my like little one, but okay. So Booming Blade hits for 5, 3, 1 is 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 damage. Which we'll say one of which is psychic damage against the wrong enemy. So it's gonna land on this one, and it's booming. It's booming. Yeah. So that happens first.
You're not gonna give me that easy.
And let's say the caterpillars come over at this point, and like they spit at these guys. Let's do that next.
Hey, yo, we're the caterpillars. We're coming. We're real. We're spitting it live.
Left caterpillar attacks the abomination with with a 20.
That'll hit. Type. Please send a text help to 20350. If you want to vote for left caterpillar, if you want to vote for right caterpillar, send please to the same phone number.
So that's, let's see. So that is going to be 1 damage and grappled, and then the right gets a 16 to hit the gnome.
Hits.
And that is going to be 3 damage and grappled.
All right, they're both grappled.
It's all
0.
It's all me and my little creatures, me and my little guys.
Just little guys.
Yeah, so now I have to decide what I want to do, because like I don't want to like I don't want to just like throw up my shadows and then like Bayou can't do anything. Although Bayou would be safe, I guess. But still, like, you know, like I feel like, but I can take some opportunity attacks, and then I can kind of position myself better, maybe throw up my shadows for just some of them. I mean, they're all kind of grouped up. I don't know if Bayou, like what does Bayou have in the pocket right now? Like, do you have like, can you hit them all with something?
Mostly cantrips.
Cantrips.
And
Okay.
by mostly, I mean
all your second level spells left.
well, I have them. I don't know because it has been a while since we actually played. But I'm honoring what I had marked off, and I have marked off that I'm out. That could be not true.
That doesn't make sense to me.
How many second level spell slots do you get at level 6 as a cleric?
3.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I would say probably.
Will you tell me, Molly? Okay, because that might have just been a misrecording.
You expended aid. You expended healing word. You know what? Actually, you do tend to throw, but this wouldn't make any sense. You tend not to throw. You do throw like leveled healing spells, but you haven't really done any. You had a long rest since the fight at the last thing. I think that
we haven't needed any healing this entire dungeon.
No.
Okay, so what? I have all my second level spell slots. That's what
yeah. You've expended both your third levels, but
all right. Then in that case, maybe I will.
I have 3. I have 3 third levels. So does that mean I should have?
Oh, so yeah, you have another one. Yeah.
And I have all my first levels, or
You expended 1 for a healing spell.
Oh, okay. I don't know why they're all marked.
You might have done like another, unless that was a different. You might have done like 3 fireballs or something. Because there was this one, and there was the one from the ambush. But I guess that was okay. Yeah. So you still have it. So yeah. So maybe I'm gonna just kind of back away this way.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes. That changes things.
Back away a bit.
It changes everything.
Try to keep my. Oh, should I? I can't. I cannot go through them unless I use a bonus action to do so, which I could try. I actually am pretty strong. Yeah, maybe that's fun. I'm gonna use my bonus action because I wasn't using that anyway. I'm gonna use my bonus action to
wasn't using that
to go through the gnome's space. But I don't remember the name for it, and make my strength check. Nat 20.
You're gonna shove it?
Well, yeah. Well, shove pushes them, doesn't it? Or it's like because there's tumble, which is the dexterity version, but it's like there's one where you can move through their space if you're.
You can you move through an enemy's space. It's just difficult terrain.
Oh, I think that you have to. I think you. Well, I don't know if it's your rule or whatever, but I know that I used to.
Where do you want to go?
I'm going up by Bayou.
Great, cool.
You're
gonna take 1 opportunity attack. It's a nat 1. It'll miss.
Here, I'll roll for my mirror image to see if it's gone. But in the meantime, I'm up here, and
the other one will also miss.
I think that's what that's fine. I'm gonna just vibe now. I'll be right here.
Cool.
Just vibing.
Bayou, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Fireball. Oh damn.
Fireball! No, I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray on all 3 of them. And I got a nat 20, 19, and an 11, and it's +6 to hit. That was pretty sweet.
Nice.
All right. So, who are you critting?
I will crit. How are they looking?
The gnome is looking the worst. The Kenku and the Abomination are both leaking fluids.
Okay, I'll do the Abomination.
Great.
Okay, and
so roll me damage.
Sorry. Okay, and you calculate them weird, right? Oh no, that's unfortunate. Okay, the first one I rolled 2. It's 4. Okay, so the first one I rolled
2d6 plus
8.
What? 2d6 plus 2? Or 2d6 plus int? What is the damage dealt?
It's just 2d6.
2d6? Great. Yeah. So then you get it's 2 4s is what you got?
Yeah, for the first one.
All right, cool. So the first bolt scorches across. That'll be a total of 20 damage dealt.
Okay.
All of a sudden, the abomination is looking a lot less imposing. Please continue.
4 for the second one. And then 8 for the third one.
Oh, it's so funny. I love the variety in crunchy crits. It's just like this one can get totally wrecked, and then the last one.
The next one takes like 3 damage.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. Really wonderful. I love swingy things. I think it's emblematic of magic. So you reach out into the weave, and with this flick of your kind of with 3 quick flicks of your beaker of magical water, your stoppered bottle of holy water, you see the first arcs out, slamming into one of the main pumps that runs Clar, and you smell this terrible oily smell starting to fill the chamber. You see the next a bit of the hair is singed. If the gnome didn't have an undercut, she does now. And the final one, the ravenkin has a small hole in her feathers. Next, any bonus actions you'd like to do?
No.
All right, cool. Our Kenku. You'll hear it, and it will say, it will echo out, "Rat! You must kill them! Rat! We'll do serve! We live to serve! Rat!" And it will fire out in quick succession 2 throws of its rune spear at Bayou.
I'll impose disadvantage on the first one.
Okay. So it'll be 21 is the lowest of the first 2.
Can I also impose? Can we impose double disadvantage?
No, but you can impose disadvantage on the next one.
All right. Well, the 21 hits.
So you'll take 8 piercing damage as the spear buries itself in you, and as the crimson magic pours down through the spear out of the rune, you feel it kind of overwhelming your senses and sizzling the wound. And as the spear is recalled, you gasp as it's ripped out of your chest, as though it had punctured your lung. Next up is our friend.
Wait, is that so? That was the second attack?
That was the first attack, was 21, and then the second one misses.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a 5 and a 1.
Okay.
So then, kind of lumbering forward, seeing what is there, you see Clar's beautiful mechanical legs. He will take 2 steps back.
Wait. Clar is booming bladed, so just reminder.
Oh yeah, and is also grappled, so actually cannot move.
Also true. I don't know if they cannot move, but they are grappled.
Their speed is reduced to 0 unless they try to break it.
I thought that was restrained. It's just not important.
That's grappled. Restrained is the one that gives advantage.
Okay.
So, Clar starts squishing caterpillars. First one, that'll be. Oh my gosh! I rolled a 3, unironically a 3, and then the next roll is a 2. Clar fails to crush 2 caterpillars. The hydraulics moving through Clar's system are catastrophically failing as the fluids are spewing all over the dungeon. It's slipping all over itself as its cudgel slashes into the earth, and it's holding one of the caterpillars in its hand, and the oil slick, it just shoots out of one end of its hand. Watching this happen, the gnome looks up at it and is like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot!" And it will it'll run backwards. It'll take the attacks of opportunity. From your.
Well, they're both grappled.
Oh, it is grappled, isn't it? Okay. Let's see if I can even kill your caterpillars. So they'll force a Constitution saving throw on your caterpillars.
Oh, I have to check the number. Okay, wait, that's not the 16.
I can't even kill a caterpillar. This goblin, this gnome is sitting there and is like, I need to get a reimbursement for wizarding school. This is bullshit. Next up is Celestina.
This is going great.
Uh-huh.
This is like the ideal situation.
Yeah, no, big time. So those ones are grappled. That's convenient for sure.
Real convenient.
And
Those caterpillars are doing work.
big time. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just do illusory strike, I think, on this gnome with Josephine's help.
All right, and
I missed the first one.
Yep.
And I got a 13 on the second one.
All right. Both will miss.
Okay. I missed both illusory strikes a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's cool. It happens. Yeah. Cool. I am going to. Who am I most scared of here?
I don't know. Nobody's particularly threatening.
I think I'm going to use my mark on the Kenku. So it'll have difficult terrain to move away from me, and it'll have -1d4 and everything. And we'll make attacks for the caterpillars.
All right, let's get that 1 damage. Bayou, you're up.
Left caterpillar is a 13 against the one it's grappling.
Miss.
And they have advantage. Okay, so that actually hits.
Why? Why do they have advantage?
Because that's what it does, right? Until this grapple ends, the creeping claw can only choke the grappled creature and has advantage on attack rolls to do so.
Love that.
So that's a 20, and that's 2 damage.
Cool.
And then the second one, the one on the right, is going to attack with an 18 to hit.
It's just like shuffling. Yeah, that hits.
And that's 1 damage.
This is like wildly shuffling. It's so many dice for 1 damage. It's so many dice. All right, Bayou.
But I feel like that's like my general like MO as a player is like I want to do lots of cool things. I don't want to be overpowered though. Like I don't want to like do too much damage. Like I don't care about that stuff.
I just want to give everyone on the field a status effect and do small amounts of damage over time.
So they stay grappled as a result, I guess. And oh, right. Yes. I was just going to say that I love how much more successful my caterpillars are than me right now.
They're really thriving.
But that they're part of the character. So, that's cool. That's great. Okay. I'm done.
They're an extension of you.
Your caterpillars are a part of you.
It's all by you. It's all by you. It's by all you.
Ball is
bye you.
All right, so cool, awesome. Highly effective caterpillars in this game. That is the hallmark of a Concord episode is highly effective caterpillars. If you have an underachieving caterpillar, consider sending them to Koshid's school for underachieving caterpillars. Top of the order, Bayou.
Okay. I'm going to
I like how you're deep in thought. You're like, what should I do here? You're like, I've just been sending arcing rays of flame out. I summoned down the wrath of my god upon these creatures. What are you
I'm going to cast Fireball now.
Damn how big the room is. I'm casting fire. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Roll me some damage. Roll me that 8d6. Let me see what I got for dexterity saves here.
All right.
All right, first one saves. I don't think that's going to save it, though.
4, 5. Do I actually have 8d6? I love my little self. I do. All right.
Hey, everybody. Comments down there if you also love yourself. Or Scarlet. We'll take either.
Comment down there if you love your little self because you processed in therapy.
Hey, you know what? Let's do family structures therapy here on the Concord Nominanji. Let's get after it.
Okay, so let's see. That's 20 and 9 and 3.
29, 31,
That's
32.
31.
32. All right. So where once that for just a brief moment, Celestrina, a wall of fire erupts in front of you, and the heat, it kind of sees it sizzles your skin for just a moment. It just gives you a blush of color.
It singes my eyebrows a little.
Oh yeah, just thins them out a little bit. It's Aaron would really approve.
It just like, you know, just kind of like makes them look nice. I forget the word.
And the beautiful and as the shapely Celestrina steps back, eyebrows shaped and microbladed by this flame touched experience, you immediately get a wisp, like a whiff of
singed hair,
singed feathers and flesh, and just this mass of seething pus that is on the ground here. And you hear three moon gems explode, sadly, in this kind of pile of mush. But you are able to extricate yourself before there is any damage done, and we will exit initiative there.
Woo.
So, as the smoke clears and the overwhelming stench of burned everything comes to rest,
to communicate the vibe, like we have time happening out of like in right now, but as people, but like in character, there's no like if they're exploded, I'm running to go see if we can, like we're running probably to go find Kendall.
You dive forward into the next room, and as you step forward, you see a recently turned, like recently tossed, but very ancient office or study all around you. You see very ancient wicker work and woodwork sustaining a number of scroll stands, and in the center you can see in the earth where a number of runes have been scrawled, and you can see the disruptions in them from the footprints of the invoked people. You do not see it. You see in the dirt a set of footprints leading to the necklace that Kendall used to wear, the holy symbol around his neck. And you do not see footprints going any further than that.
And we see a pile of ash.
There is the kind of sand and grit on the ground has some coloring inconsistencies to it.
Yeah, I guess the fireballs probably sucked air out of that room and scattered everything anyway. So yeah, I go over and inspect the pile.
Yeah, can we ascertain what the pile is made of?
You walk over, it looks like dirt and ash, like someone might find from a fire.
Celestrina kneels at this pile and like picks up Kendall's guy and starts like looking at it. Not like to inspect it, just like dramatically
lifts it up and takes a look at it.
Yeah,
it is. You see the diamond, the bright white diamond that sits at the core of this necklace flickers as you make eye contact, as your eye drifts across it for just a few moments, in the same rhythm that Winston is licking Scarlett's chin.
And then rubbing his face aggressively against my face.
And it extinguishes, falling to a kind of a dark gray.
And we see the runes and stuff, so we can see that a teleport happened.
Yep.
Yeah, are we able to put 2 and 2 together and come to the conclusion that that the Kendall's passed?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible that he could have been teleported somewhere else.
Yeah.
But without his necklace, probably not. Not willingly. Doesn't look like a struggle.
If only we had Kendall here to cast that spell.
The find everything out spell. Let's get it.
Okay, well, are there any other exits out of this room?
No, there are no other exits out of this room. You see kind of there are a number of scroll stands. There's a very old desk. There are a number of scrolls tossed across the room. And you see again, I want to actually throw it back to you because it sounds like you had a follow-up.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm inspecting the room. Okay,
cool. And so as you're kind of making your way around the room, you see that as you're turning around, you see that water method that you've kind of been seeing out of the corner of your eye, this kind of like little creature that you haven't been able to like really hard get your eye on, slip up and it quickly jostles a scroll that is kind of halfway hanging off of the desk of that is in this ancient study. You can tell it's easily 1,500 turns of the wheel old.
Okay. They will walk up to the scroll and cautiously, not because they're thinking like, oh, this might be trapped, but more because they're like trying to maintain the integrity of this ancient parchment. Pick up the scroll and see if anything happens.
And you pick it up, and the document, as you slowly unroll this, you've been well trained in this, and so you break out your little white document handling gloves and your little scalpels, and you're
I've been waiting
slowly, and you start pulling it apart. And you see the first thing that you see here is the words in Admursian Common, the treatise of Admurs. And you start rolling down this document, and bit by bit, details of the mortal life of the Jinn Admurs become clearer and clearer to you. There are tales of their northward military efforts that eventually led to the breaking of the dam and the flooding of the Daggerlands into what kind of eventually caused them to rise to Jinnhood. You find yourself drawn to a section.
In this situation, by the way, I think that Celestrina is like not having a great time, so she's gonna kind of like sit on the ground and like put her head in between her knees, and then Josephine floats up behind you and is like reading over your shoulder.
Yeah, Bay probably doesn't notice. They're like fully absorbed in this like holy text.
And you see, and as you start moving this along, you slip into a vision. And you are looking at the mortal Admurs standing somewhere. You can't make out the details around you. They're familiar but unfamiliar. And you see Admurs standing with a sharpened with a brilliant sword, at the neck of a small frog-like creature. And you can see Ardmore's shaking and looking at this creature, and you see in the eyes of your djinn, of your god made manifest in front of you, this human emotion of rage and jealousy, getting ready to kill this creature. What do you do?
Do I get the okay? I think I would step forward and not like step in front of the little frog creature, but maybe try and like make a motion to see if I can catch the attention of these two.
And as you step forward, the room becomes more clear to you, and you see that this frog creature it's larger than you originally thought, and it doesn't seem nearly as pathetic, but it's kept inside of this strange planar cage, and Ardmore's has a sword trained on it through the bars of this cage as you're stepping forward and trying to get its attention. And the mortal Ardmore's makes eye contact with you and says, "What?"
Hi. I have just appeared here. Can you tell me what's going on?
What do you mean you've appeared here? You're my. Why are you playing this? What jape is this? You marched with me across the field. You marched with me north to the edge of Graziola. What do you mean?
I'm feeling strange. Why are you tormenting this creature?
This creature tormented us. Tolgith kept us from having water, kept your people from having water, kept our people from having water for so long, and I have him here, defeated, and I can end it forever.
Do you think that killing him is the answer?
And you see a moment of pause as Ardmore's the mortal takes a deep breath and coughs, kind of with scorn, looking down at this creature who has somehow become small and pitiable again. And says, "You're right. The war is won. The dam is broken. And this creature will never escape this jail." Never again shall the name of this, and their eyes train onto it, this very thin black facial hair wraps around their chin and their lips very tightly and dangles at probably about 2 or 3 inches off of the chin. No one will ever know the name of the dead djinn. And the scene kind of dissolves into this moment. The next is a flash to the Northlands, a place that maybe you've never been in your life, somewhere it's kind of known to you as the land of the dead djinn. And you see, as you're reading through this, you're kind of shown this vision of Ohabalan mages, early proto-Ohabala mages, going forward into churches of where you see on the walls this this frog creature, this djinn, being celebrated, and you see these mages, these armed forces collecting all of the imagery of this creature, and the mages gathering people in the town square. And you feel these large bursts of magic as the weave is plucked to great effect, and the memories of this god's name are systematically destroyed from this entire country.
So I'm seeing this kind of like as an
You're
overview.
You're getting kind of an overview as you're reading through, and you're kind of getting an understand. You're getting an understanding of what it is. And
is there any mention of the god's name in the scrolls at any point?
And you read it, and
of
you
the djinn's
see
name?
Yeah, you see the djinn Tolgeth's name, and you read it, and your headache has cleared. And as you're sort of, but please continue. Anything else you would like?
This is the name that was on the piece of paper that brought us here.
Yep.
So that name that by you
that I couldn't read.
That you couldn't read, yeah.
Interesting.
Which I guess you don't know that yet, but if you tell me, then I'll tell you that that's the case.
Okay. Is there anyone else that I like? Can I speak to anyone else during this time, or like now it's just like I'm just kind of getting time passing?
Who would you like to speak to?
Panorama. I want to speak. Can I speak to Tolgeth before? Like, can I go back?
The advisor that you were playing definitely would not speak to Tolgeth.
Wouldn't have been alone with him.
Would not have had alone time with Tolgeth.
Is there anyone that would have had alone time with Tolgeth? Can I embody Admors?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone else, like a servant or anything? Like, how long was he imprisoned for? He was in prison. He's still imprisoned, right? Like, he has to. There's like attendants that hang out.
You have no idea where this prison is.
Okay.
As things sit.
Okay. Can I go back to like before the dam breaking to see any of the events that like preceded this?
You see the, as you're sort of reaching out and trying to get Admors to reveal more of this past to you, you see this massive earthen wall separating through the Yukarhan Mountains, separating the swampy Northlands from the desiccated and wilting Daggerlands to the south, an area that has been known for generations of drought and inability to raise much more than the occasional fishing line out of the water, out of the bay.
Okay. I would love to. Can I spend a little bit more time as the attendant and like go around and talk to other like low level like servants and stuff and kind of get a picture of like exactly what happened without having to talk to Admors and triggering him being like, what the hell?
So the kind of the mortal Admors has faded in kind of your presence and being around them. You see this small little water method kind of come into your actual central vision for the first time, and you see a second sand method kind of slide into, and they start co-occurring in the same space, and they kind of grow to double the height. One half of their body is made of sand, the other half of their body is made of water. And you see this kind of distinctive facial hair. of Ardmore's that seems to be replicated in this shape, and the voice echoes out. My lash, my pure child, you are so studious, so powerful. It really was a shame that you were not among our number when the dam fell. How could I let the people go on worshiping this creature that had brought the Daggerlands misery and death? What did I care if their way of life died? They lost.
This is like a memory that I'm witnessing?
No. This is...
Oh, this is like a thing that I can...
That you're interacting.
Okay.
Yeah, do I hear that stuff?
Can who?
Do I see or hear anything?
You are watching Bayou have a time.
Cool.
Am I Bayou right now, or am I like I get okay? But is it the same feeling that I'm having, that like, does everything look the same in terms of like, or I'm in the dungeon that we were just in?
You're in sort of a liminal space.
Okay. Explain to me how you can justify erasing a culture and replacing it with another.
Every day.
Are we not all one?
Every day, that's what they did to us. My lash. Every day they sought to erase us. A few of us survived. They prevented water from flowing down into us. So many died because of it. How could we let it go on? I didn't kill anyone that didn't need to die. I would never do that.
Why? Why did they do this? Why did they treat us this way?
It's tradition. They believed it to be their water.
Did they not see our suffering?
They didn't care.
Could we not have left?
To where? To other people's land? And be an unwelcome visitor?
There are always those who will aid.
Now we can aid. We welcome them into the church. You know. And the cup overflows for everyone.
Is erasing them welcoming them?
We didn't erase them. We just erased the dead Jinn.
I feel like Faye is reeling right now from this sort of like realization, and probably like lets this image go, sort of intentionally aggressively, like rejecting having this conversation with their deity and the opinions that their deities expressing.
All right. So you come back into this room around you. The treatise of Ardmore's in front of you, detailing the very mortal failings and the very mortal emotions that got them ascended to Jinndom, among other things. Many acts of great heroics.
If Faye was having a time for long, probably as you come back, Celestrina is like at you, trying to help.
And you see Bay's eyes like wide. and like this look of betrayal dancing across their face. You're bending down to have to look at it, but it's there.
I feel like, yeah, Bay's just gonna immediately like stand up and drop the scroll, and they're gonna be like, this is not right. I'm not understanding something, and I need to understand. This can't be right.
What exactly are you referring to?
This scroll talks about the history of my people and my culture in a way that I feel like is misleading and probably propaganda.
All right, well, I'm not going to argue with that. Although, look around you. Sometimes you got to face hard truths, honey.
No, that can't have been Admurs. That must have been a trick.
I'm just like rolling up the scroll, picking it up off the ground, and like moving on from the
I feel like Bay's just like pacing in circles around this room.
Celestina like sighs and looks around, properly giving the room a look for the first time. I'm assuming that we can't tell where the teleportation circle went from the runes.
You're not able to get a precise idea, but give me an Arcana check.
Three.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely still on this plane. You don't think it went interplanar. Probably still on Graduil. And it doesn't seem to be temporal either. It does seem to be you're still on the same world and in the same time.
Cool. So then, given that,
I would also like for you to make an investigation check.
10. Yeah.
All right.
10, but I can use my talisman if it helps to add a d4.
With a 10 and with all the time that you have kind of spent as Bayou has been dissociating.
Completely.
Yeah, completely. You pace the room and you are able to you are able to locate some inks that some arcane inks that are ancient and would be definitely desired and well compensated for by the either a counterfeiter or not a counterfeiter, either the black market, which you know that you don't know that. It could be very valuable. These ancient arcane inks. And you will also get you'll also find a spell book that is marked with the mnemonic magics, the magic of memory.
Oh, cool. That's pretty juicy.
And we'll go into what those mean mechanically later.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. We're investigating. Bayou's pacing. Now what? Now what do we do? Do we have a feeling that we need to leave like urgently? Like from what?
We still don't know what happened to Kendall.
Well, we know that it seems like Kendall got teleported away, or maybe just died, but hopefully got teleported away. And I can't. Maybe you can read the circle if you want, but Celestrina is unable to figure out where. Or I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, Celestrina has an idea of where she thinks the teleportation circle went. She thinks that it goes to the Mithril Isles or something like that. Like, I rolled a 3, so.
Yeah, Bay will take a look. I mean, I guess I might as well. Bay will take a look at the
Give me an Arcana check.
Whoa. 8. I rolled a 4, so
It's definitely in the region of Odd Moors.
So we disagree then.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna yield to you on this one. I'm not really as much of a ritual girly. So but my point is, unless we think that Koshid is not gonna like still be waiting for us or would be annoyed if we took longer time, what I want to do is like just hang out here for like another day, you know, take a elf nap, and like spend a lot of time looking around the study. Koshid or no, like there's all kinds of really cool stuff that I might be able to find here that could be useful archaeologically. I don't think it's a stretch to think that Celestrina is like into history generally. Like that lines up with the stuff from season 2. So
I feel like Bay is a little bit reluctant because they've just had their faith shaken deeply, and they kind of want to get out of this space. But they're also not gonna. I mean, they're also very studious, and so they're not gonna like. It's for academics. They're not gonna say no.
yeah. So and Celestrina is also not doing great because sure, Kendall probably got teleported away, but she has her suspicions, and even getting teleported away is not really a great result given the voices that we heard. Plus, it sounds like Llewellyn is like, I don't know what we heard through the wall, but like
you were shoving some guy's face into the hole at the time.
All right, then in that case, I don't know anything about Llewellyn, but we
You
lost.
saw him.
We did see him.
You saw him draped over the
Okay,
arm.
yeah. So I saw like what appeared to be Llewellyn's corpse, and now we have like a pile of ashes, at worst, and like kidnapped at best for Kendall. So like we like really lost a lot here. You know, like we really like took a hit.
Yeah, are you sure you want to hang out here?
I'm grumpy, but I'm not leaving. If this is the cost of whatever information we can find here, then I'm not going to waste it. Or she's
yeah, definitely don't want to waste. We should stay here. This place, I love it here.
Okay.
Look, if you don't want to help, why don't you go hang out with the manticores for a while?
He does that. They go and they sit with the manticores. Their knees pulled up to their chest.
Just rocking back and
Josephine sitting on your head.
Yeah, just disassociating.
As you walk out by you are able to make out for the first time. There's a lot of old imagery of kind of some of the nicest pieces of the monasteries of Tolgeth that were raided by Admurs, and you kind of see this present everywhere. Before it was like blurriness and garbage that you had seen, and now you're seeing like these really well ornamented things. Like this is clearly, the byproduct of pillage.
Okay.
Pillory, if you call it.
Sure. Is that what that is?
No.
We really
Pillary's like stocks.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like, investing and stuff. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton. So.
When you invest in stocks?
Like this. So I like to invest.
So every time I call my broker.
Yep.
Hey, Brad, I'd really like to get money.
How's that money, Brad?
Just kidding. I don't make enough to have any investments. Tabletop Arts Fund, help us. All right. So, you will settle in for the night. As you sit in this space for a night, going over the scrolls that you are able to safely unroll and meditating on the ancient magics of the area, Celstrina, I will answer 3 questions.
Okay. Okay. About like, I don't know if I have a specific thing, at least out of character. I don't know what to ask right now, because I'm like thinking of like, hey, maybe we find some cool historical accounts, and I don't know if any of the stuff that we found so far is like good enough for Koshid, and not to mention the fact that like he told me that if I could bring her some like really juicy stuff, that like he could help me like get more powerful to be able to fight Kranush, and that's kind of at the forefront of my mind right now. So I'm very focused on finding juicy stuff and that kind of thing.
You think that the scroll that you picked up that is causing a crisis of faith in the most devout Udmursian you've met so far is plenty juicy. As far as alternate juice that you might find looking around, you find era accounts. A lot is made in Admurs of the Council of the Blade, and how the sword, the blade of Admurs, was shattered into 5 pieces, and the leader of each faction was given a blade or a dagger or a scimitar of some sort, in order to keep the balance among the kind of warring factions of Admurs. And so you will find some interesting history that Udmurs actually didn't really think the sword was all that special, and didn't want people to obsess about it. You find a scroll kind of to that effect.
Maybe like I'm curious about like this place, like if this is a study, like whose study was it, and like, and who wrote this document and that kind of thing.
Sure. So as you go through, you can tell that this was used by Admurs, the mortal Admurs, for a while. And you can see kind of historical documents orchestrating the memnomantic purges of the Northlands, of the land of the dead Jinn. As well as kind of, for the couple hundred turns of the wheel that they were mortal and living on this plane, they kind of governmental things from that time. And then it will pass on to kind of an early Ohabala advisor, who was like a very fastidious record keeper, and then things abruptly end when around the time that you will later put together that the War of the Sands begins, and the 4 factions of that ended up breaking the sword started a war.
Cool. Yeah. Is there anything that like is here as the fact that it was Mortal Admurs' actual study? Is there any like neat things here that may have belonged to them, like keepsakes, or like cute things, or magic things, or anything like that?
So as you are going around and you're spending this time, you end up looking underneath some of the shelves, just kind of like, all right, scrolls, lots of scrolls, I get it. And you look underneath the shelves, and you are able to find an era appropriate. I have a description of what this looks like. Second. Robes of white and red with gold bordering, and as you're kind of looking around, this is like a robe that Admurs is well known for wearing.
Wow.
You're kind of looking at it, and it doesn't seem to have any magical qualities, but it's very well made. And as you kind of pick it up, and you're kind of looking at it, kind of an illusory cloak kind of shakes off the back of it. And so you have this, and then something, another thing has fallen to the ground.
I think maybe at this point, Bayou has come back from Manticore time. Like that was like the previous night, and we like had a night of sleep, and then
Yeah, there was like a reasonable amount of sulking that was done.
yeah. So you're still like kind of sulky, but like, I mean, this is a study. You're not gonna not
Yeah.
So at this point, I might water boy, and then to catch your attention.
Like Pay's gonna try and sidle up and grab the outfit and point out the thing that fell and be like, "What's that?" At the same time, like putting on Horse's a tunic? Is that what it is?
Yeah, robe.
Whatever. Robe.
Maybe it's a tunic, so that on Bayou it's like a robe.
It definitely is ridiculously sized for you. It is wildly inappropriate. Your 3-foot stature and the Mortalod Morse's 7-foot half Goliath frame, very different.
Bay does not. Bay feels amazing and looks so cool, and you're wrong if you don't think that's true. They have like sparkly eyes, and they're like, "Do you think it suits me?"
Oh, it's just you are eating.
This was on Morse's.
Sorry, out of character, I'm not good at this kind of slang. Like I don't know the like drag slang, but like my characters would use it, so I'm
No, you're crushing it.
Adora is having trouble with her own slang. Here we go. Girl, you're eating. Get you a burrito. You're about to
eat. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
For the assist there. I don't know. I don't know what we want to do at this time, like as far as the role playing goes. But like, well, first of all, what's up with the illusory cloak?
What's the deal with the cloak?
Molly, what's the deal with the cloak? You're gonna just let it sit there on the ground?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm picking it up and look at it.
Morse? Who's picking it up?
I'm me. Bayou literally was like pointing at it so that I did not notice them putting on the cloak.
This is definitely a magical amice of a not significantly of still an ancient weave of is still at least 1,000 turn of the wheel old weave. Not of the same era, but still of an ancient thing, probably towards when the War of the Sands started and the shattering of the blade occurred. This is like a true believer's cloak. I'm hesitant to do the Emperor's new groove bit with this, where only a believer can really see it. But you are Bayou, your kind of focus as a Sailor Moon friendship girl, yay time type person is definitely drawn to it.
Does it look different to the two of us, between the two of us?
So it is a shimmering bit of fabric. It is almost completely transparent, but it hangs beautifully, and you can see this kind of beautiful Persian style patterning through it. As you can see, the individual bits of silk thread are stitched very neatly and very loosely, and held together with strong infusion from the weave.
Faye reaches behind them.
It's called the weed.
And, and grabs like a handful of scrolls and like shoves them at Celestrina and it's like, trade me. And then tries to take the cloak.
Has to be even. So you take the Amice, which Scarlet we negotiated, I think, a year ago. But you gotta
happening.
You gotta dig back through and find out what that is, and that's yours now.
That's awesome.
And then you feel a tremendous ability to support your new ally and to support those that will be fighting around you in this time of great challenge. As you make your way back out of the cave, because we gotta move things along here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, like, I would like to bring as much historic stuff, like no one may ever get a chance to come here again. So I just want to bring as much like histories, like, you know.
Yeah, you're trying to preserve things and get as much out. I understand.
Yeah, I'm like, I will make as many caterpillars as I have jars, and Josephine's here. I'm tying a bag to Josephine, you know, like I have my backpack is full.
A sad grouping of caterpillars lugging large sacks of scrolls into the Murcian heat.
Yeah, and maybe some statues too, like some of the like plundered Tolkithian artifacts.
You're gonna carry a headache rock into the center of Udmors?
Yeah, definitely. That's
a good idea.
Yeah, because if Bayou, you know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know that it's gonna, you know, like, yeah. Of course I would love a headache rock. That seems very useful for science.
You grab a big golden headache rock and you load it into your thing, and it's there. So you make your way out and you see the clicking fingers of Koshid. And they say, "My daughter, do you have what I desire?"
Well, I have something. I certainly hope it is what you desired. Pulls out the scroll. If this is like a unique scroll that's like important to like Bayou, I would expect that Bayou would make like a copy or something if I told Bayou I wanted to give it to Koshid. So like it won't have like magic in it, but like we have a copy of it, and then hand it to Koshid, the original. If Bayou is, we must have discussed this in the past, but if Bayou,
no, I feel like Bayou is fully in denial right now and is like, that's fine because that's not real and it's not history. It's so.
Cool.
And so we'll say, darling, Bayou, you said, as this kind of long metallic nail scratches down through the scroll and looks through it, he says, "Often the things that hurt us most are the most important to accept." And the Koshid will roll up this scroll, and will kind of this very thin and gangly arm will tear open a hole into the Shadow Fae, and the scroll will pop through, and you hear it close, and it will say, "Darling Celestrina, over the next week, make sure to stop in at night, touch base with your siblings. Get in touch with your power. For on the 13th night, you're going to need my help." And that's where we'll end.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing to do.
Okay.
As Koshid is ending that conversation, I'll say, like, wait, honored one, I have one thing to ask of you.
What, my daughter?
Kendall, do you know where he is?
I'm sorry you've suffered so many losses, my daughter. You should count Kendall among them.
Thank you, honored one.
And they will kind of pick you and all your caterpillars, and I see you, like as always, you love to pack lightly, and will kind of scooch you out of this kind of demi plane that they've been propping open, and will look at you through it, and you see this. It's kind of 4 clawed feet, and it's gangly arms, and this kind of twisted, this butterfly panel face, and you'll see it. All of the eyes will blink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the portal closes, and so it's you haul all of this gear back into the city. Where do the scrolls and all the historical stuff go?
Does Bayou have an opinion on that?
They would probably want to have most of it go to like the scholars and the library, but I think they will keep the copy of the
propaganda.
The propaganda scroll.
I will make another copy if we need another copy to like. But I guess what about like Kendall's? Sorry. So there are 5 factions in Admurs, and there are also 4 houses.
5 factions. One is the Malopelu, who are like the peacekeepers, and then there are the 4 houses.
Okay, but like, remember when we had like Silver Spear and stuff?
Yep. That's different place.
Different place, not Admurs.
Not Admurs. That's the Ethereal Isles, Aithiani.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, now I'm. Yeah. So Kendall doesn't have an association with any of the factions.
Nope.
Bayou does.
Bayou does.
Ohabala. So probably we would go to them, or we'd probably check in with Guillermo first, and we can, play that or not play that or do it later or whatever. But I do think that the scene of the Guillermo and the headache rock would be fun.
You will deliver it to Guillermo, and she will spin. She'll say, "Oh God! Oh, you brought a whole bag of scrolls that make my head hurt, and a big golden rock that makes my head hurt. I really enjoy your presence. You're really a treasure." And she's like, she takes just a moment to like spin it, and you see her reach into her pocket and throw some ruby dust and cast anti-magic zone on herself, and she's just like, seriously, what is with you?
And I guess we don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and so they will put that in a lead-lined room to try to see if they can figure out how to actually mitigate
the
stuff.
I have the book. I have the
instruction manual.
Oh yeah, that's
so
true.
I may be able to help with that at least a bit. And yeah, that's all.
So yeah, so you deliver that to them?
Well, at least I share it with. I don't know if I'm it sounds cool to have, but yeah, I will at least like show it, or like if they can't read it, then I'll read it and tell them stuff. Whatever, this can be part of the next week.
You're gonna have the week, so would you let them study it for a week?
Maybe we both. I don't know. We have to figure out what we're doing during the week, I guess.
Cool. All right. So we will. These are delivered. You make your way back to your lodging at the Plain Snake. The next calling you have is to meet with the contacts in the Pigeon Tudu Mountains. Just a reasonable, which you have arranged transport for. It's not going to be a problem. To arrive on the night that the contract Bayou discovered will occur. And so we will go into the next session, figuring out how we're going to spend a week preparing for this throwdown, this hoedown, and the things to come. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to have you here on the Concord Illuminati. Thank you from me, Molly. Thank you from Scarlett. Thank you from Medora. And everybody, round of applause. Really, thank you so much for sticking with us. We're so happy to be here, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, ciao.